I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, welcome to the meeting. Great. Start out with the approval of the agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
And a first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve minutes from the November 12th regular meeting and November 13th special session.
Motion to approve minutes.
Second.
And first and second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye, motion carries. Approve employee claims filed with the county auditor for $916.44.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye, motion carries. Approve claims filed with the county auditor for $704,062.29.
Motion to approve those claims.
Second.
And first and second, all in favor?
All right.
Motion carries. Approve monthly employee health report fund. Fund report.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
All right.
Great, I have approved the resignation of Karen Stephenson, Human Resource Director, effective December 13th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve that resignation request.
I have a first.
Gonna die for a lack of a second.
It can.
I'll second it.
It's good. I have a first and second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Wait,
Hi.
all right, motion carries. And approve the promotion of Ashley Hackett to Human Resource Director, effective December 14th of 2024.
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a first and a second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye. Motion carries. Board Ashley,
What'd you
I
say?
said welcome aboard.
Thank you. Did you prove a dollar amount with that?
No,
On there.
what's the dollar amount on that? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Still in the letter.
It was 60. It's in the letter.
It was in the letter.
Yes, 60,000.
60,000.
Amend the motion to approve the promotion of Ashley Hackett, Human Resource Director, effective December 14th, 2024, in the amount of $60,000 annually.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries with the amendment. Approve resignation of Robert Gilson, seasonal mower technician, effective November 13th of 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Approve the hiring of Justin Greenwell, Environmental Health and Zoning Administrator, assistant, effective December 2nd, 2024 at $19 per hour. You want to say anything about this, Amber?
So I'll start off with, do you guys have any questions?
I have none.
John?
I have none.
I guess I can just say we had 6 applications. 5 of them were interviewed. Justin was the individual that scored the highest. And his background in employment will help him do some of what we do on a daily basis.
Is he gonna get certifications then and the other
He will
stuff?
have to within a year of hiring. And then after he gets the certifications, he'll move up to $21 then.
Okay, okay,
It was pretty much unanimous from all the boards.
Correct.
Yeah.
all right.
I made a motion to approve.
Who seconded it?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Approve minor plat for Rosemary Kaiser. Excuse me.
So I will, I have a lot going on here. So this is off of
Push
Furman
that back a little bit so quick can see it better.
Avenue right through here. This is already an existing parcel, and basically what they're doing is They will be selling off this parcel right here, which has the house on it. This timber parcel will be sold with this one, or sorry, sold to this individual here. The Kaisers will retain parcel G, and then parcel F will be sold with the property owner down here and back through here. So, everything was in compliance with the minor plats.
You're right, there is a lot going on.
There, there is, so without any survey lines, currently that is what it looks like now. With the properties being adjoined to another parcel, there's no concerns for easements needed or driveways or anything like that. Because the owners will be able to access them.
You said G was staying the same?
Yes, G will remain with the family, so they want to retain the tillable row crop there.
G's all, looks like open field.
Yes, that's correct.
I'd make a motion to approve.
Second.
First and second. All in favor?
All right,
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. You're up to. Place on file the following manure management plans. Darren's Hazelton Township, section 15. Gerstenberger, Hazelton Township, section 22.
I'd make a motion to place those on file.
Second.
First and a second, all in favor?
All right,
Set date for newly elected officials, oath of office.
We can do that anytime. We don't have to wait until January. So do you guys want to, there'll be the sheriff, myself, and Mr. Whelan. I just need to contact, see if there's a judge available, or I believe Sean can do it. I need to speak with him because I've sworn in officials before. So I would prefer to get it done in December in case something happens come January 1st and we have a blizzard and.
we would do it December 23rd.
Thank you.
I don't care. Whatever you guys want.
How does that sound, Clayton?
Fine with me.
If you retain.
I don't want to disrupt your January schedule.
So I don't get to leave on the 23rd yet?
No, you do not.
Okay, we can do it the 23rd. We'll do it right at the beginning of the meeting.
Okay.
That's all right.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Can I have a motion for that, please?
I make a motion that we swear in the new members and the newly elected officials on December 23rd.
I have a motion.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Review bids for HVAC system DHS building. That's Clayton.
Okay, I got 3 bids from 3 HVAC contractors. Johnson, Independence Plumbing and Precision. Believe you guys, bids and everything were in the packet.
Right.
This is something that we had budgeted and it's amazing, hit it pretty good. We had it budgeted for improvements of $8,600 in our budget. Johnson, for standard efficiency units, came in at 8,300. High efficiency after rebates would be 8324. There's a rebate available through if you
But he gets rebate, or we get the rebate.
we rebate can come to the county, filled out by a contractor, and then we sign it, and that rebate comes back to us.
And that's the higher efficiency one.
Yes, higher efficiency ones would be 8324. So you can see because of the rebate, getting the rebates back, it brings it down only $24 higher than the standard units. Independence Plumbing for standard units came in with no rebate, came in to 68.15. High efficiency after rebates was 83.54. Precision just bid one standard unit of 10,350. So that kind of put them on the running right away.
They did have a better warranty. Well, it's not a whole lot better.
Which one?
The one on Independence Plumbing,
Mhm.
they have a 5-year parts, 25-year heat exchanger, and 1-year labor. And the one from Johnson was 2 years labor, 5-year parts, 5 years on the compressor, 20 years on the heat exchanger. It's a little better on labor, but worse on your heat exchanger by 5 years. Heat exchangers can be costly,
Yes.
Mhm.
but it's really close. I mean,
Yeah, one you get more on the labor, and the other one is the exchangers. So it depends if you wanna, go Independence Plumbing, you're giving up that one additional year of labor, and then, but you're gaining 5 years on the heat exchanger.
I would make a motion to go with Independence Plumbing for the additional 5 years on the heat exchanger.
Sounds reasonable.
For the additional $30.
For the high efficiency, and we don't have to fill out paperwork.
Second that?
The first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. All right, we are up to review and approve 28E agreement with EMA, E91 in the sheriff's office. Chris, you want to come up and explain that?
Sure.
Morning.
Morning.
Right, so we have a 28E agreement, we had to redraw that up because we combined departments, if I'm correct.
Yes, we combined departments. The board stayed separate with our 911 commission, 911 service board and our emergency management commission. By code of 34A and 29C, we should keep those boards separated. If you remember the whole reason for the 34A, the 911 service board, is the handling of the service charge. Not service charge, yes, service charge, the money,
This surcharge.
surcharge, yes, thank you. Been a long morning. Because they're the ultimate rule on the surcharge monies. 911, or the EMA commission is, its own municipality. So they govern what we do as emergency management. So over the past, I've been here 8 years. We've kind of done each other's jobs and kind of backed each other up. So when we were looking at the long-term plans for the office, we thought this would be the best direction to go moving forward, is have us both as emergency management. That opens up a little bit more funding. Hopefully it gets back to where it should be. But with that all being said, it's just better for our office.
So the biggest change is really adding the 911 service board as a separate line. Is that what you?
No, they still have their own budget. That's solely separate. You, by law, you cannot, that money can only be used for certain things. So that is its own budget. That is its own thing. Yeah.
It has to be.
Yes, that always has to remain separate. We got rid of the 911 general budget and we put all that under emergency management. So now instead of 3 budgets, we only have 2.
Okay.
We had some hiccups this year going through it, but I think we're getting better at it. With the thank you to Amy Kelly for helping me navigate this.
Yours and Rick's salaries, how are them
They're both paid out of 911 EMA.
EMA?
Yep, you cannot pay 911 coordinator salary out of surcharge.
But it also opens up to us to get EMPG funds for both positions instead of
Yes.
just one position.
And this year we took a hit, the whole state did, of what EMPG, total of EMPG. So hopefully in the future, it's gonna go back up. But it's a grant, so we're not guaranteed anything.
We just have to re-sign the,
Yeah, and then, yeah. So basically, we can back each other up, moving forward. Rick knows most of 911 component of it. I know all the EMA component of it. Moving forward, after he decides to retire, it'll be just the way it's gonna be. That way, there's always 2 of us.
I'm looking at this agreement that is in the.
yeah, I don't know how you got the one with the correction in it.
That's the way it printed.
I'm just real confused. Which is is this what it's gonna read from now on, or this over here?
I'm not sure which one you got.
I don't know why. it
I'm
printed
just confused.
that. Questions. Between.
It's the agreements between the Emergency Management Commission, the Sheriff's Office, and the 911 Service Board. To bring it all together.
And the board of supervisors, because that's what's on the agreement.
Yes, yeah, the board, I'm sorry, yes, and the board of
Okay.
supervisors.
I was gonna say, you just had me confused.
Yeah, no, sorry. No, it's because you oversee the
Right.
911, you basically, Sheriff Bazinski is in charge of the radio system for the county. He's the highest power. You guys oversee the 911 service board.
I did make a couple corrections on it. Sheriff was spelled wrong. So I fixed that.
Sweet.
And then also,
Thank you, Chris.
I haven't yet, but we should probably put some signature lines on this. The copy I got does not have it, because
No, I didn't, Adam, I didn't know if you had a special signature lines that you wanted, or if you.
I'm assuming the sheriff, the chair of the 911, chair of the EMA, and then chair of the board of supervisors and the auditor all have to sign this before it can be filed. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
I would say the sheriff, the board of supervisors, and EMA commission, since he's over the radio system and you guys would be over top of the 911 or 911 service board. Can't remember what he said on that.
Oh,
You
it's,
want all 4?
Buchanan County Board of Supervisors, Buchanan County Sheriff, Buchanan County 911 Service Board, and the Buchanan County
Okay.
Emergency Management.
The county attorney made some changes on some things that we had in there, so he wanted all 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so then I guess my next question, the copy I have, which is what you sent me, Dawn, here just recently, is that the
Yes.
final shebang?
Yes, that is the final shebang. It's just, can't get some markup off of it.
Okay.
Sheriff's, Scott, do you have anything to say since you're on this too? You're fine with it and stuff, is the way it's written and stuff?
Yeah, I think we're just In the past, not everybody's signed that agreement this way. I think the biggest change is combining EMA as under one, and let's get everybody to agree to what's in the process in the past.
So the county attorney has written, was on board with that, and
Josh wrote it up.
Josh wrote it up.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't enough to write something like this up. Well, I probably could if I had to, but I could
Yeah,
have a
we
legal
had-
person do it.
It's gone back and forth 3 or 4 times on different wording and stuff like that, so. And both the service, 911 Service Board and the Emergency Management Commission were okay with how we did it.
Yeah, Chris wrote it up originally, we set it up with Josh and made a couple of corrections. A couple additions, then we had a misspelled word,
I guess we had another one too.
yeah. It was instead of entities, it said enemy at one point in time.
Yeah.
So if the county attorney and all boards are on board with this and stuff, I guess I don't have an issue with it, and the sheriff's on board with it, so I make a motion to go ahead and have the chair sign.
I'll second that.
Okay, I got a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Once all the signatures are on it, I will file it with the Secretary of State's office and I'll send everybody a signed copy.
Okay, you want me to add the signature blocks then?
What's that?
Do you want me to add the signature blocks?
Yeah, if you want to,
I can.
and correct sheriff on your copy.
They get the corrections off. Cool, thank you.
Thanks.
No batteries? What's that? Look at my green lights and on my, there's batteries in there, but I'm not sure what they are.
Review / approve bid repairs and maintenance at senior center. So, no,
What was our target goal? Originally, that we had set aside.
We didn't.
Oh, okay.
I thought we had something.
I thought we
Let me
did
see
too.
if I
I
can.
thought we had 25,000, but we're doing more than.
No, not that, not for that amount.
But we found some doors that had rust on them. and Stuff like that at the bottom.
Well, the
Thanks for
pressure
saving.
never knew about the windows either.
No. And I've contacted other people. And the original person was just gonna do a few things. He doesn't want to do it anymore, so we contacted a couple other people. They don't want to do this type. It's a small enough job that really nobody wants to bid on it. And the other people don't do commercials, so.
And I reached out to two different contractors and they, refused right off the get-go. One guy said he might be interested, he didn't know for sure, and if he was, he said, I wouldn't be able to get to it until spring.
Yeah,
And the other one rejected that.
and
So
this,
having trouble getting contractors even bid on a project like this.
this is coming back on the board, on the thing from 2 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Only decided to do the whole thing instead of breaking it out.
Well, this all needs to be done. And putting it off isn't gonna get any better, it's gonna get worse. So.
And we're striving to take care of our buildings and our infrastructure before they get beyond and cause more expense yet.
Exactly. And we had to sit through a tenuous meeting last week, listening about building new buildings, and I don't wanna even think about that.
So the only thing what you had is you had senior center / public health parking lot for 60,000
And we decided to put off the parking lots this year.
is what you had set aside for that.
So I'd say with that, with the dollars gotta come out of that, because parking lot had to be talked about for the upcoming budget.
They've gotta fix that sign, and that's gonna involve a whole parking lot too. I would make a motion that we move forward with the bid from Winthrop Building Products.
I'll second.
The first and second, all in favor?
What
Aye.
was, the amount on that, please.
39,931.96.
Thank you.
The first and second, with the dollar amount. All in favor?
Aye.
Right.
Motion carries. Discuss bid date for the sale of property. So I wrote a letter, which I will add the name to for each property owner that has adjacent property. Because these properties are landlocked. And I put down, I believe the 16th, if I can find my letter again.
Yeah, it's December 16th, which you put on here.
Yep. Sale bids need to be submitted to the county auditor's office located in the location. Before 9 a.m. on December 16th. Payment will need to be made in full at the time of the warranty deed transfers with a 10% earnest money payment due at the time of accepted bid. Is everybody okay with that?
Let's see, something.
What time did you want to open the bids? So if they gotta be to my office by 9, excuse me, don't we usually set a date or a time of when you open them during the meeting?
I can add that.
You probably, it's too far out to know exactly what you got on the agenda, Chris.
Correct. So we'll just work our way around it. We've done it at the past.
I would say, could we do 9:15 or 9:30? I don't.
I would prefer to go early in case there isn't a lot on the agenda, so we don't have to sit in here
Yeah.
and wait.
Okay, I'll make a motion, then we go ahead and on the 16th at 9:30.
9:15.
9:15.
I'll second that.
Does that need to go to publication?
No. Because nobody else can buy these properties, we legally cannot sell landlocked properties to somebody that's not an adjacent person.
Okay,
There has to be, I think, a correction made on this, and I'll show this to you. You see where my correction is here on that one letter.
but you need me to put bid sheets together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I can't read your writing.
It says no.
With no right of way. Oh.
You see that?
With no way to make a right of way. There we go.
When it's completed, will you send me the updated letter, Dawn?
Yep, well,
Thank you.
will do.
Are you able to get, did you able to find out who the adjacent landowners were to get all that information?
Got a full packet right here. Yes,
Okay,
you do. And I did reach out to the county attorney's office, have them make sure that it was okay, and they approved it, so we're good on that.
good with that, huh?
Yeah, I just need to put a time in here, 9:15 a.m. And you'll have the opportunity to raise your bid at that time. All right. Okay. So do I need anything else on this?
Not that I'm aware of. I think we got it covered.
Okay. Next up, discuss water damage in jury room and court area windows. We did take a tour up there to the jury room. When we had the leak, it's the plaster is bubbling. It looks really bad. And it's starting to flake off. We need to figure out what we're gonna do on that one. We probably need to, at some point in time, talk about unbuttoning that back wall where we just decided to encapsulate damage.
Well, we've got Corey Crest from Larson's coming tomorrow.
Tomorrow afternoon, I got Larson Construction coming in to review and look at it and see what their thoughts and are on it. The biggest thing is to get somebody it's gonna be kind of a specialty type of work to done, especially when we get to working around those windows
In the
and
courtroom.
plastering work and stuff. It's gonna be. So I just like to see what Marsh Construction's got to say about this. Are you wanting to maybe keep this, a separation between the water damage that happened because of the condensate line that was leaking and caused that trouble with the walls? Or do you want to include this all in one? What's your thought on that?
Up to you guys.
I'd separate them because when we get into the courtroom, it's gonna be historical preservation affected, so there's gonna be a lot more detail and expense in that one, so I think two different.
And there's a possibility we can get, there's a possibility we can get grant dollars for the courtroom and that other wall.
Right.
And the deliberation room. So I agree, I think it'd be a good idea to keep them two separate. We can move ahead, means we got this interior wall done, we can move ahead with getting somebody in to look at that separately and get that repaired, because that's been corrected and taken care of, and I'm hoping we don't have any future problem with that, because I had the condensate line size increased. So it wouldn't plug as easily up there, and rerouted it, because it had loops in it, and then it was a real small 1/2 inch line, and I had it increased to a larger 1 inch. So I'm hoping that problem doesn't happen again, and it's supposed to be looked at under contract, maintenance contract to make sure it's okay every year.
Okay, can we do the back wall in the jury room along with this?
Take
The paneling off and maybe replace plaster or do what we need to do with that, with this, have it all part of that same.
I think I would have the jury room as a separate bid from the courtroom.
And I don't know, when we get to working on that, I don't know if we got some problems
I don't know what's.
with the west wall or not. I mean, it's not pushing the paneling out, but without removing and getting in there, we don't know if we got some problems with that too.
You're talking about the paneling.
Yeah, the paneling on the west wall, we definitely know the south wall's got an issue because the paneling, all it's getting pushed off the wall.
Yeah.
Because the plastering is falling down.
Yeah, so just do the jury room all as one and then, work on historic stuff for the courtroom windows and stuff.
And I've also reached out to the courts about when we get in there, when we do move forward with getting something done, or you guys, I could say, by the time you get in this work, I'll be no longer here. I reached out to the courts, and she was off last week, the person that could give me the information I was looking for. Because this is not gonna be a 2 or 3 day project. This, when you get into that courtroom, I'm guessing you're talking about a month's worth of work. So we gotta figure out what the courts can do about rescheduling, and if they can have court in different counties. Because there's gonna have to be scaffolding set up, probably benches removed. And the thing about it is, that's where the jury seats are on that west wall also, so.
I think it's important the board of supervisors room and we could just not have a meeting for a month.
So anyway, I'm finding out, she's supposed to give me a call, this week sometime. I get a call into her and find out what could be done with that, and scheduling court dates and stuff like there, and next week. Even have the courtroom for a month for restoration work.
Right. And they might not be able, it might not, if they just do one side and move everything over, it might not be so bad. And people,
What kind of timeline are you guys thinking of having this done? Because there's nothing in the budget right now. That's
No,
my
no.
concern. So is it something you're looking to have done? It's gonna have to be after July 1st. Unless you can come up with the money to take care of this.
I did some investigating when this all started about there's a possibility that grant money is available One grant I know they talked about was 50-50 cost share. One of the grants, if we could even get it. And if it was approved, once it was approved, you had 20 months to get the project done.
But I'm assuming that's, I mean, I shouldn't assume, but I'm going to, that's one of those that we pay up front and then get reimbursed would be my assumption.
I don't know about it. It's gonna work the same as what it worked out on EOC, I don't know. This is things that and I also wanna call, Gardner and maybe get some additional information from them. Cause they're the ones that did the assessment, courthouse assessment of the physical condition.
Well, they may have some people they can refer us to, or as I know there's not a lot of them around.
Right, yeah. But you both are thinking that we just go ahead with the deliberation room separately?
We have
I
to,
would,
and that's probably a higher priority, because if you have people in there. And I don't really want stuff flaking paint, I don't know if there's lead underneath there, or if there's
well, the
any
next thing you
hazard.
know, that moisture back there, you start getting black mold and everything else in there.
Yeah. So we need to move ahead with, finding somebody that's gonna come in and give us a bid on doing that work in there. That's gonna be not your normal Joe Blow carpenter.
Nope.
It's gonna have to
Well-
be somebody that does restoration, plastering, restoration work and stuff.
Larson might be able to do that,
And that's what I said, we got Corey coming in, and
right?
he might be able to give me some direction and ideas on that.
Well, and
And they may have contacts that, on work that they've done prior to.
yeah, and
I think we see what we find out from them.
yeah,
Yeah.
the original plaster work was scraped off anyway in the bathroom. Half of it was scraped off, and then it's painted over. So we might not even need to replaster it. Maybe could do something else with it after we get all that old stuff off.
I need some skin
I
coat.
was gonna say a skim
A skin
coat.
coat of something.
So and then in the meantime, see what Larson Construction's got to say about this, and then also, in the meantime, hope this week I hear something from the court system and tell us what we can do with, working on the courtroom.
Okay. So we'll put this back on the agenda after we talk to Larson then.
Yes,
All right. Clearing area on the third floor.
Right as you get off the elevator there, there's a bunch of chairs that were moved up there in 2020 when COVID hit because they were cloth and they were afraid of germs and things like that. They've been up there for 4 years. Can we get rid of them? I've talked to the county attorney and he said you guys could deem them no use, or not useful to the county to get rid of, we use taxpayer money on them. Or like I suggested, if I can take pictures, put them out on the website, out on my Facebook page, if someone wants them for a couple bucks to get rid of them. I think there's like 6. And then there's also partial desk. Like, it's not a desk, but like a cubicle stuff. Can we just have that hauled out to waste management? Because within the next few weeks, I have those security cards down in the assembly room, and the assembly room needs used. I would like to be able to get them up there onto the area, but as of right now, I can't because of the stuff.
I am okay with getting rid of that stuff, deeming it as no longer useful to the county and gifting it to, or seeing if maybe our municipal partners want any of it. If they do not want any of it, just getting rid of it.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with that
the
also.
chairs aren't usable like out here in the hallway or anything like that.
We have enough chairs to set up a movie theater in this courthouse.
All right.
We keep buying more.
Yeah, and we haul the junk upstairs.
I mean, and some of them are like retro 1970-ish.
Then I'll load them in your vehicle.
I mean, we can just put him out on the road and say for free to good owner or free to.
You know, and I actually thought about that, and Sean said, as long as the board deems them not useful as county property, we could set them out there with a free sign. But I guess I don't wanna be, I mean, not saying that I'm the busiest, but I am busy along with numerous other departments, but I don't wanna be the one that has to do this all on my own, because it's not my junk.
No, my junk either. But it does need to be handled. We do need to get rid of it.
Yeah,
I mean, having that whole upstairs just being a storage area for everybody is crazy. So we just need a motion to make it. I want to use this for county. How did you word that?
no, let me see.
Janitors won't move it for you, Chris?
Oh, they will, but you have to clean out what you want moved
And where?
and where exactly.
I mean, if you were taking them out on the curve.
Okay. He gave the code sections of dealing with gifting property, however, Iowa Code 331.361, paragraph 4, the board shall not dispose of real property by gift except for a public purpose as determined by the board in accordance with the law. Remains good guidance with dealing with personal property. So his suggestion, the board can make finding that the property is no longer of any use by the county, but may have value to other government entities or charities within the county, and donating the same would thus serve a public purpose. If no one is willing to take ownership of the items, I think it could easily go to Goodwill under this scenario. Or the board can make a finding that the property is no longer of any value whatsoever, that is junk / garbage and should be treated as such and go to the dump.
Scott, still,
That's your,
did you get rid of that conference table you had upstairs?
that's going to secondary roads.
Oh, it is, okay.
It's there, but it's spoken for.
We were talking about coming and getting the last week. I didn't know. if that-
Secondary roads took like 2 or 3 truckloads out the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, I told them to keep coming back.
I think they're like, aren't they setting up a conference room space / office space out there?
It's actually, it's where our materials testing was gonna be, but yes, it's got room. You have a conference table.
Need chairs too?
I text that already. As I was listening to the conversation here, that message went out.
I mean, because I think you guys could probably use a conference room out there and with the conference table and.
We're supposed to have one, and, so when we have pre-construction conferences, what we've always used is the break room.
Right.
And years ago, the DOT used to complain about it, but they stopped complaining. We got new DOT people, they don't complain anymore.
Well, now you have the conference table and you can have at it.
But it's not ADA accessible unless we put a man bucket in there.
Another suggestion I had is contacting Tracy Bell out of Wild Thunder and see if with their new facilities, if they constructed out there, that they might need any of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, the conference table is spoken for. They've taken some file cabinets and I believe there's some chairs, but anything else, you know, and I know Hazleton's setting up a new fire station or a new area in the public works space, and they want a couple of file cabinets and stuff. So. But yeah, I mean, we
I
can
think
definitely.
we contact other governmental entities and some of our nonprofit partners and see if they're interested. That would be my motion.
Okay, and you're gonna do that?
I guess I can.
I'll second that.
Okay, and how soon can we make this transition?
Quickly.
Because you need, it's first week in December, you want it.
We want it the second or third week in December for our potluck.
18th.
I don't know, government works so darn fast.
Scott?
Well, I know there's a lot of accumulation of just the sheriff's office stuff, just from it being the whole jail up there right now. I guess as far as some of the I was up there looking the other day. Obviously, I probably got a couple trailer loads of just garbage. Old restraint board that's no longer usable. Numerous pamphlets and stuff from early 2000s to, just garbage.
Well, the key thing up there, I think, is getting, as you come off the elevator, all that area cleared out.
For right now,
And I haven't been down in the garage lately, but how bad is the garage? Is
The
it?
garage is always bad.
you have a path.
Can we pull like a dumpster in and just start filling a dumpster and like have, I guess if it's metal, it goes to Turners or Turners or I guess U-line or A-line and.
There's even the amount of wooden doors that are stashed up there. And nobody knows where they go.
Oh, but we might need them again.
There's old bulletin boards that I'm afraid if you pick them up, you better have a broom.
We definitely need to start out with a trash dumpster.
On like that old booking room area, that everything's kind of piled on top of you. Brecky, I think, brings filters and stuff for maintenance. Well, they store a lot of their maintenance stuff, or filters and belts and things like that, right when you get off the elevator. There needs to be an area where, I guess that stuff can be stored,
Right.
and relocated besides, because getting something like those, that Boeing stuff up, you can't even get outside the door with the crap that's in there. And most of those, cabinets that were built for the booking room area, all that stuff could be tore out. They're just not usable. It's just structural or tearing it apart and getting it out of there.
Would that help you a lot if we just do what you think, we just move ahead and get a trash dumpster out here and start getting that stuff out here and get it filled up?
Someplace to, yeah.
When do you want the trash dumpster?
Uh,
10 o'clock too soon?
The problem is there's some sensitive material up there too, but, most of that stuff's behind, like, the old jail cells that are locked up. But,
Is it like, is it like you need to have it shredded material?
some of it is, some of it's just, keep.
Yeah, the shredded material have to be put in a separate tote, and then when they have the shredder come in, that have to be shredded up. And is there one specific room up there just used to stored all the old Dare stuff in it?
Yeah.
The pink elephant room.
Well, that's kind of
There's, yeah,
jail records and,
rumor of that.
most of that stuff is just garbage.
Well, some of that stuff up there, Dean, whether it's gotta be shredded or not, that your staff, you and your staff would have to take care of that.
Yeah.
Well, and if there's a lot of it, I plan on early spring having a shredder come in because the timeline to shred election materials, I have a bunch down there that can be shredded. And usually when I do that, I do contact the sheriff's office, community service, any of the other ones that may have stuff that needs shredded.
And that's gonna be another thing when community services, whatever happens with that whole piece of everything, what's gonna happen with the community services files. Do they go with the ASO? Do they stay here? I don't know.
That's a cell phone,
It's what?
a cell phone.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
At least they're out of the way and they're organized.
true.
That is a true statement, Julie.
That's some forward thinking right there.
They're locked up in their own cell. Never can escape again.
My understanding up there in one of the secure lockup areas and stuff, there's some old employee files up there that could be brought down to the HR department.
Well, I'm sure they probably could, but, do you have room or do you want all of them down there? I guess my next question.
Ask how many file cabinets are up there? Two, I guess just, a matter of just two. It would probably fit in the office.
How long do you have to keep those?
That's what I was wondering.
How long have they been up there?
Other question.
they've been up there probably for a couple of years, but we have to keep them because we've been contacted regarding court issues about a previous employee wanting previous documents, et cetera. So their employees no longer employed. So we still need some of the information because they're not stored on the computer anymore, or they left before the new program. So,
So
yeah,
we need help with getting them moved down. You can get a hold of the custodians and they can help you with a cart and get that moved. Then of course you have to get the key from Chris.
Oh, that's not a problem. Yeah, I don't care if they get moved or not. If it's stuff that they need access to, they can always, she can always get the key from me. I don't care.
no, and Chris has been awfully kind about letting us use the key to get into that area if we need to, but this way we'll have them down there and they're behind locked doors anyway, so.
Whatever works for you guys, fine.
Okay, so, need to figure out when we want the dumpster in here, and we need to all work together and get some of the stuff cleared out. What I'm hearing.
Well, probably the earlier the better, because you don't want it out there when the snow starts flying.
Oh, it's just another obstacle. I wonder if we can put the dumpster down there where the county vehicles are parked. That piece of farther away from the door.
Can't you just put it in the driveway?
We can.
Driveway, I mean, yeah, it's planted, but
That works.
Yeah, to the garage door. I don't know if they can lower that into there, so it's out of the way of the public, but
That would work. Oh, right in front of the garage.
I would say, you know, we put it over that corner over there, but we have no idea when we're gonna get snow, and that's where we push the snow over that corner over
So
there.
you don't wanna have to be trucking that stuff
The closer
all the
to,
way across the parking lot either.
the closer to the door,
honestly,
the
it'd be
better.
kinda nice if it's down there, then kind of throw thing, instead of trying to. You could use the edge to throw some stuff in there. If they can get it down in there beside
Okay,
the convenience.
well, who do you wanna use for a company?
Well, we have waste management, but do everything else, but I don't care.
I don't think
Yeah,
Buchanan
cleaner.
County has an account with waste management to get a dumpster.
Okay,
So that
we
would
could
have to
probably
be
do
set up. Does
cleaner.
Klusner's have something? I don't know if they offer that service.
Poisoners does too.
Thomas
She
James
bought
Hall.
all of it.
Thomas,
Okay.
Thomas James is inexpensive.
Mistaken Thomas James don't
They don't recycle.
follow a transfer agreement, do they?
It's because they're out of Dunkerton.
Yeah.
So they don't have
But
to follow the
it's
same.
material created in Buchanan County. What I'm saying, our transfer agreement, supposed to be using the transfer station, waste management's transfer station according to our transfer agreement. And I don't think Thomas James is willing to do that.
I'm pretty
Laser
sure.
is.
Okay. I don't care who we use. I personally don't care who we use, and I really don't know, but if using the most expensive transfer station is probably the best thing either, but you guys can decide. I'm just bringing it up. I'm the chair.
I feel like a hypocrite if we say that we can dispose of it in Blackhawk County and we require everybody else to dispose of it in Buchanan.
You're right. Yeah, we got the transfer agreement. We probably need to buy it.
Okay. Scott, do you want to coordinate that with cleaners then?
Yeah, I do.
All right. We're going to clean out the upstairs area, secondary roads. Brian, you make sure they get up there and get all the stuff they need.
You're not calling for me, just, yeah, and I text the guys, and my understanding is they were gonna get, about last Thursday, they're coming out to get the table, but
Yeah, they might have to have tools to tear the legs off of it.
They were reminded.
So do we have anything else on clearing out do we need to make a motion to deem this stuff not? We probably do.
Yes, please.
I'm checking my motion.
Who's gonna make that determination?
What do you mean?
Anybody that goes up there?
That's the Board of Supervisors' responsibility.
You wanna
I
go
mean,
up there
what Sean said.
piece by piece, make that determination up
Well,
there?
I don't wanna go piece by piece.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. I wanna avoid that,
I'm not gonna go piece by piece.
you know.
That stuff has been up there for so many years. The file cabinets are now antiques.
Well, there's some decent file cabinets, but some of them are locked up, don't have keys for them, lockable ones.
Okay.
No keys? How do you get into them?
You don't, you got drill lockout, they just haul them upstairs.
In there.
Well, there might be some up there, with keys. I have no idea. The ones I looked through the other day,
I think we took all the good ones
Somewhere
out of
open.
Karen's office.
some
Did
are
we
open.
find some for you?
And
Yeah.
can use as filing cabinets, but there's no keys in any of the drawers that I see. And one was, I think, empty, but it's locked. Keys to open it up to see what's in there. It felt empty.
Yeah, I've seen that one too. I'm like, oh great, we've just locked up air. For no valid reason. All right,
I make a motion, we deem stored unusable equipment upstairs to be disposed of. Either through gifting or trash. It's no longer service for the county.
okay. I have you first.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All
Aye.
right, does that make enough sense to you, Chris?
Whoever thought getting rid of stuff was so hard.
Getting rid of junk.
The desk did come out and some chairs came out last Thursday, so there may not be quite as many chairs.
Okay,
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you, Brian. I don't know what desk they got. I guess it wasn't the one I was. Cause one of you guys said that they came up there and got it. It was still up there. So.
I'll tell them they got their own desk, you know.
Disc in their desk.
I didn't know.
Tell them to keep the taken desk until they get the right one.
And seriously,
I mean, there's a cubicle desk downstairs in the back area where Karen used to have her desk, and that can go. Bye-bye. It's a light blue cubicle.
Recorder's office.
They have
That's where
to
that
take a
came from.
chair.
Okay.
They have to take a chair if they
Right.
take a desk.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's just like
Maybe
a
two.
tiny one.
I was gonna say, yes, chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when the recorder's office put their new furniture in, that's that stuff.
what they texted me back was they picked the table and from the sheriff's department and got a few chairs as well last week.
Yeah,
I'll just tell them they got their own desk.
this was the table that was in question. It's on its side right now.
Okay, can you send me the picture, please?
Yeah.
I'll forward it on.
I think we're at the sale of equipment.
That's Brian.
Fine.
Okay, good
It
morning.
made you warm, you had to take your jacket off and everything else.
Yes,
Around.
well, jacket was overkill for today, but when I listened to the weather forecast, 100% chance of rain when they start, if you end up outside and it's raining and windy, it can get cold. Okay, what we've got is 3 pieces plus one for discussion. The rubber tired cat excavator, which we didn't trade off because we thought we'll hold it and see how it works on a sale. Big Iron sold our last ones. We were happy with that, with what we got for the trucks.
What did you get from?
About 20,000 each, 18 and 22 or something like that. And so, the big part of the issue is Sterlings aren't made anymore, so they're having trouble getting parts for them. One of the other counties is buying Sterlings to use to part out. What do you do if you steal off a few of the parts? So
I think, if you do a big weight, best way to just throw a big iron on this.
yes, I do.
It's less hassle. We don't have to worry about putting stuff in the paper, getting
Yep.
bids on.
It's all advertised, and it's going to people who is interested in a rubber tired excavator like this. Typically, it's small cities.
And maybe some counties that don't have one, but most counties have them. Then we got a 2004 GMC and leads for a drop hammer. And then the one I mentioned as a possible, that's a sale of a small broadcast seed spreader, and county conservation may be interested. I tried to grab a quick picture this morning. You can see it sitting beside the chipper. And I visited with Ben on it. Ben wanted to talk with his guys. I figured give him another day or two. If Ben wants it, we send it up there. If Ben doesn't want it, what I'll do is go ahead and list it for sale then.
Is that a no-till drill type?
It's a broadcast
Broadcast.
seed spreader. And it's small. It's like a pull.
Yeah, well, it looks like a maybe 5 or 6 footer.
You're right. That's about all it is, Clayton.
My guess is they'll probably be interested in it. I could be wrong.
Ben thought the guys would be too, but he wanted to run it by his guys, and the guys that were would be of interest were on vacation last week when we visited. And I'll give Ben another day or two, and if he doesn't want it, then we'll list it on the iron, if that's acceptable to the board.
Yes. Me.
To me,
So if the board just gives me a motion to sell this equipment
I mean,
through Big Iron,
go ahead and move ahead with, trying to dispose of that equipment through, Big Iron.
and first, do I have a second?
Second.
All right, first and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
that's
Once-
every,
Once it gets sold, Brian, please make sure and send in the asset disposal sheet so we can take them off.
okay, thank you.
We did that with the last one, didn't we?
I was thinking that we did.
I can just check.
Yeah, please do, because if not, I gotta get it into you. That's everything I've got. Do you guys have anything further, me, or do you want me to stick around for public comments?
I have nothing further.
Well, we're gonna be going in.
Closed session.
Yeah, here, so I
Okay,
guess the chair would probably gonna want to move ahead with public comment.
Yep, let's go ahead and do public comments. Any public comments today?
Don's in the back.
Lights, in the parking lot at the senior citizen center will be repaired Saturday.
Okay, good, because I don't like it being dark in that. Yeah,
Is that any light and power doing that, or?
Yes, and
Okay.
we have to pay for the parts, no labor.
Thank you.
So the 2 new LEDs, they estimated about.
not bad. Get that lit again. Especially when Brenda Legion has evening meetings.
Yes. So does the Pioneer Cemetery have evening.
Okay,
My question is who's paying for that?
Senior.
Silent.
Well,
The grant money you got, donated, is there enough there to do that with that too?
how much were those lights?
$500,
Okay.
$250 apiece.
yeah. So, and are you have you sent your letter in, your ask letter?
Pardon?
You,
No, I have
the
not.
council on aging needs to get those letters out to the cities and stuff because people are starting to do their budgets
We will do that
in county.
before the first of the year.
Good. Because I think we'll probably be moving into budget season real quickly.
That's all I.
Okay. Do I have anything else from anybody?
A couple things. One, with your leaking in the building, is it a window problem or is it a roof problem?
We think this all started from, the tuck pointing and maybe sealing around the windows wasn't done soon enough. They had that done a few years back. I think the problem that we had the architect firm come in there and they reviewed, the tuck pointing and the sealing around the windows, thought it was good now, but we believe that's because that wasn't done soon enough prior to that caused that problem stuff. That's the only thing that we came up with that caused that, because there's nothing ongoing right now that would show that problem.
Some of this we estimate is 15 to 20 years old, so damage.
And I know when I was at Dunkerton, we tried to repair the windows and repaired the windows and did that. And we finally somebody came up and said it's a roof problem due to a tornado that went through there several years before. And it leaked down through the walls and now the building no longer is there. So just an idea that sometimes they do make mistakes in their original assessments, and it's kind of like the source of water. It travels wherever it wants to. And then one other thing, I thought there was gonna be something on the agenda where you had looked at the comprehensive plan and wanted to give the P and Z some direction. Is that?
Oh.
Did I mess?
That was last week. Was it
Yeah,
last
but
week?
it's supposed to be after this.
Tuesday it was talked about.
Let's be back on this one.
I thought so.
I thought that's what.
I thought it was.
Yeah. It did get.
Oops.
Yeah.
All right, next
I
agenda,
got mine marked up here, but I didn't.
Next Monday,
next Monday.
got missed.
So let's put that on the 25th. November 25th to,
You guys have a copy of that, or do you need one emailed to you?
we have a copy, printed one off. It's online. Oh. Or many pages of it.
Here's what it looks like right there.
Yep. I misunderstood. Yeah, we're gonna cry if our population went down. But that will be on next Monday's agenda. Do I have anything else? For the good of the cause?
I guess we need to adjourn this and then when Renee gets here,
No, we have to call her.
what, oh, it's a, all
Yeah.
I make a motion to adjourn.
First, do I have a second?
Okay.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Unless you want me around for any reason. Thank you.
I'll give you a call later. How did you?
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
No, never even.
You're fine. You're fine.
Ryan, I sent those to you. I'm assuming they probably picked up a table that they didn't know which one. Or
I'm assuming that
I
too.
don't know. which one
They're
they
supposed to be when Dave Mauer gets back, they're gonna send him back up to get the right ones.
got. Okay, yeah. It's a nice table.
Yeah,
It's well built and heavy and.
Well, send about half your staff and about 4 or 5 trucks.
I don't know if we can fit down the stairs or if it'll fit in the elevator.
it fits in the elevator, I'm pretty sure, in which case they put it on the cart.
I had to go on the elevator to go up there.
Where's up some steps?
Yeah, no, that was the communication that was going on. So I saw Scott's pictures and they went off to Tom Hunt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't figure out where.
Okay,
Still have.
someone want to write this number down? Because we have to call Renee. 515
You just got off.
249 2467.
Yeah, thank you.
There. Shelf.
Stuff.
Sit in the computer here.
Do I
Oh, yeah.
need to leave for this?
We're going